Hey friends, welcome back to This Homemade Life. If it's your first time here on my channel, my name is Courtney and I do a ton of food and kitchen related content. So if that is something you're into, if that's something you like, hit that subscribe button. It is 100% free, y'all, but it does put a big smile on my face. I know you can't see it, but I promise every time I see another subscriber, y'all, my smile just lights up a room. It's so exciting and I cannot believe how many of y'all are tuning in and watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about these no-bake Special K peanut butter cookies. These are a family favorite in my household. They are something that I have had since I was a kid. There was a lady at the Wednesday night youth group when I was a teenager that used to cook dinner for everyone, and she always made these. And so I was thrilled as an adult to find this recipe, and I shared it with my husband. And he also fell in love with it, as did my children. So I hope you guys love this as much as we do. I did have somebody request to see it, so I forgot who it was, and I'm so sorry about that, but this one's for you. All right, so we're going to start off with a big pot. I like a big pot because I want to mix all of my ingredients in here. I don't want to dirty up extra dishes. This can get sticky, so I try to keep the mess to a minimum. Just makes like future Courtney really pleased that she has far less dishes to worry about. We're going to start off by melting an entire stick of butter, and to it we will add in 3/4 of a cup of karo syrup and 3/4 of a cup of white sugar. We're just going to stir those together and let them come up to like a nice little simmer/boil for a couple of minutes, just about 2 minutes or so once they get to that point. Really, we're just dissolving the sugar more than anything, so it has a minute to cook and you don't get like the little sugar crystals that make it all weird and crunchy when you're eating this later. So just kind of keep stirring it so it doesn't scorch anywhere, because you know sugar can burn very easily. I kind of just keep an eye on it and keep it moving around in the pan. I do want to say that I did use salted butter. I always just use salted butter. That's what I purchased. That's my personal preference. Whether recipes call for it or not, that is just what I always use. But if you're making this and you did not use salted butter, you're probably going to want to throw in just a pinch of salt. Salt just makes all those flavors pop so much that, like I said, my butter is salted, so I didn't need to add any extra. Since this is like a sweet treat, I didn't need to worry about that salt. And as you can see, it's, starting to simmer and boil, so I just let it do that for a few minutes and then popped on over with some peanut butter. It's 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter. I'm using creamy because the people in my house like creamy. If it was up to me, I would say use the Jif extra crunchy because that stuff is amazing. My preference is always crunchy peanut butter. But the other people in my house just like creamy, so that's what I'm going with. I think the recipe actually calls for crunchy peanut butter, and the texture it brings is absolutely just fabulous. You get the crunch of the cereal plus the crunch of the peanuts. It's wonderful. But if you don't like crunchy, just do it like me and have some creamy. This is not in the recipe, but I did throw in a teaspoon of vanilla. I always do. I always have. I just feel like it kind of rounds everything out really nicely. And as you can see, the peanut butter had started to kind of liquefy, so I went ahead and turned off the heat. We don't need to cook it anymore. And now we're going to add in our cereal. Regular Special K is what I've always used. This time I used the protein Special K, which I actually really liked. The texture is a little bit different, and I felt like I was just a little bit healthier by eating these instead of just plain Special K. I know, I'm really not. It's still packed full of sugar, but, let me just live in my dreams. I'm going to really carefully fold this together. So what we want to do is make sure that each flake of cereal is coated with our peanut butter sauce, but we also don't want to break them up. We want to try to keep them in whole chunks. And we also want to move quickly because this will start to set and it doesn't get hard, but it gets firmer. So do that as quickly as you can, but as gently as you can. I know it sounds complicated. And then I just like to move over to a piece of parchment paper that I have laid out on my counter. I don't do like a baking sheet or anything, just parchment paper on the counter. I feel like the stone counters help cool this a little faster. And I use my ice cream scoop and I just kind of dollop them out on the parchment paper. And these do set pretty quickly, so I move within like 8 minutes. I try to be done because I can feel them starting to tighten up there towards the end. And then I'll just leave them alone on my counter for about 20 minutes. And they're pretty much good to go. They are so quick and easy. They really are. They're perfect to take to like potlucks or picnics or family get-togethers just because they're easy. And most people really like peanut butter. I know that some people are allergic to it, but if you're going to like a family get together, you're going to know if somebody in your family's allergic to nuts or not. Otherwise, I feel like these are just a fantastic treat. I've also seen some people stir in some chocolate chips. I did that one time and it was good, but I really just like them the original way with just the peanut butter. I don't know. I think it's great, but I mean, I love peanut butter. I eat peanut butter with a spoon, no bread, no nothing. That's my favorite way to do it because I think it's fabulous. But these, like I said, are so simple, and they didn't heat up my kitchen because of this heat wave in Texas. I do not want to turn my oven on at all. While I'm filming this, it's 109 degrees, y'all. It is so hot down here. So that is a nice bonus. These are perfect for summer if you are living in a really, really hot climate like I am. It doesn't heat up your kitchen, but you do get a nice fresh baked treat out for your family. And again, these are full of extra protein, so let's just pretend like they are healthy. How bad could it be with all the peanut butter too? Really, let's just forget about all the sugar. Anyway, if you were the one that requested these, I hope that you enjoy these. My family certainly did. They lasted about 5 minutes, but just so you know, these stay good in an airtight container on your countertop for up to a week. You don't have to refrigerate them or anything. They stay fresh just in a regular, like, I use the Gladware containers and stuff, but they stay good for a long time. And once they set, just go ahead and eat them. Sometimes I like to munch on them when they're a little bit warm too, just because I think warm, creamy, gooey peanut butter is fabulous, but wait till they cool so you don't burn your mouth. Anyway, guys, these are my Special K no-bake peanut butter cookies that I've been making for a long, long time. My family loves them, and I think your family will as well, so I hope you will give them a shot. The recipe is linked down below in the description box. Hope y'all are having a fabulous week, and I will see you back here soon for my What's for Dinner video. Have a great one, guys. Bye.